ex-convict turned content creator is totally wilding at this point, y'all, and putting her unborn baby's life in danger just for views is the lowest of the low, to be honest. She has done some shady stuff in the past to trend, but this time she has gone too far and needs to be stopped. Not only that, if y'all can remember a while ago, Gypsy and her ex were fighting over the custody of their dog. Well, we've got an update on that as well. Looks like this constant vlogging thing has gotten in the way and on her head, so much so that she's become a terrible pet mom. This is super messed up and we have to talk about it. All right, loves, grab your popcorn, and without any further ado, let's get right into it.
I like the ice one better.
Those who thought Gypsy Rose Blanchard had left the drama behind after her release from prison turned out wrong. But then again, if you thought she'd be even a little more grounded because she's soon to be a mom, think again. Looks like Gypsy Rose's only goal in life is to have y'all thinking about her, even if it's for the wrong reasons. Come to think about it, it's always for the wrong reasons. Needless to say, she's got us talking again, and we fell for it. Ugh. In case you're wondering what this is about, the internet is absolutely buzzing with outrage about Gypsy's recent TikTok went viral. And let me tell you, it is not looking good for her. Gypsy, who's pregnant with her first child, made headlines after sharing a clip of herself sipping on Starbucks' iconic pumpkin spice latte for the first time. Now, that might sound innocent enough, but here's a huge problem. She's pregnant! And everyone knows pregnant women are warned against consuming caffeine. But that is not all. In the video, Gypsy was all smiles, clearly enjoying her iced version of the beloved PSL. She even mentioned that she liked the iced one better, as if everything was fine. But fans were quick to remind her and the rest of the world that caffeine can pose serious risk to her unborn child. Everyone and their dog knows that health experts wouldn't want you touching coffee with a 10-foot pole while pregnant, because caffeine can cause the blood vessels in the uterus and the placenta to tighten, reducing the blood supply to the baby, which sounds light, but with this simple error, so many things can go wrong, and one would even end up giving birth to a preemie. This is not something to take lightly, and the fact that Gypsy casually dismissed these warnings is shocking, to say the least.
Good morning, y'all. So today I am going to get my first pumpkin spice latte at Starbucks.
Hi, good morning. Can I get two grande pumpkin spice lattes, please?
You said two grande pumpkin spice lattes. Are they both hot? Or iced?
I want mine iced.
Both. Actually, one hot, one iced.
Gotcha. Anything else for you today?
But wait till you hear what she did next. If you've been following Gypsy for some time, then you know that she'd rather mop the ocean dry than admit to a mistake. So even before people started calling her out, she had already put up a caption to defend her actions. She wrote, "Women who are pregnant are allowed to consume a maximum of 200 milligrams of caffeine per day. Caffeine is considered safe in moderation." Of course, Dr. Gypsy, since you have your medical facts straight, teach us. She added that caffeine is considered safe in moderation. Moderation? Fans were not having it. Also, whoever is giving her these health details needs to be fired. No, seriously, her fans immediately started calling her out because they were concerned, of course. Can you have caffeine? How far along are you? I thought no coffee when pregnant. People were furious, and it is not hard to see why.
All right, y'all. Thank you for joining us on our Starbucks experience.
On the flip side though, a whole bunch of Gypsy diehards didn't see anything wrong with it, saying that a little coffee is absolutely fine. I mean, they aren't wrong. She won't be the first pregnant woman to take coffee. Most concerns were mentioning her history. Gypsy has been on the record saying how the drugs her mom had pumped into her as a kid left health impacts on her to date. And once she mentioned that she was taking all the prescriptions in constant touch with her OBGYN because she understood that her baby needed extra special care to fully develop. This could be the reason why people are suddenly wondering what changed and why she's taking chances. It didn't make it any better that her so-called fiance and father of the kid was actually there. While Gypsy was neck deep in her vlog, updating all who seemed to care, Ken was the one driving. He got them to Starbucks and was actually the one who made the order.
Good morning. Can I get two grande pumpkin spice lattes, please?
You said two grande pumpkin spice lattes. Are they both hot? Or iced?
I want mine iced.
Both, actually one hot, one iced.
Nah, shady, anything else for you?
These two are going to make super responsible parents. Believe it or not, this simple ride to Starbucks brought forth whole different issues, which Gypsy definitely never saw coming. As y'all already know, this isn't the first time Gypsy has raised eyebrows during her pregnancy. Oh no. There has been plenty of controversy surrounding her since the announcement that she was expecting her first child with her boyfriend turned baby daddy, Ken Urker. Even this sparked more drama, and to this date, people still doubt if Ken is the father. Gypsy's ex Ryan is also holding on to hope, waiting for the baby to come so they can have a DNA test and get this madness done with. Of course, all of these resurfaced with people saying Gypsy has never been thoughtful about this kid from the first day. Otherwise, she wouldn't have put two men at crossroads like this. Speaking of Ryan, remember a while ago when Gypsy and Ryan had the whole dog fiasco? Just in case you forgot, Gypsy and her ex-husband, Ryan Scott Anderson, had a black and white Malachi, half Maltese and half Chihuahua puppy named Pixie. Fans were used to seeing Pixie in her social media posts, but suddenly the pup was nowhere to be found. During a recent TikTok outing to the dog park, people noticed that Gypsy and Ryan were with a different dog, a husky mix named Parker. And of course, they had to ask where Pixie was. Now, this is where it begins to get interesting. Gypsy ignored most of the comments asking about Pixie and then resorted to deleting the comments, which only fueled the fire. Things got even more complicated when rumors started flying that Gypsy had given Pixie up. You know things are thick when it becomes a conversation on Reddit. Fans in a Gypsy Rose subreddit were speculating like crazy, wondering if she'd left the dog with her ex-husband Ryan. One person asked, "Do we know what happened to the dog? Did she leave it at Ryan's or take it to her parents?" To which someone responded that Pixie was at Ryan's. He had shown the dog the previous night on his live. Well, loves, buckle up, because as the truth came out, it is messier than you think. In a shocking twist, it was revealed that Gypsy didn't want the dog anymore, that she never even wanted it in the first place. Unbelievable. Apparently, Ryan was the one who spilled the tea, saying that Gypsy had abandoned the dog and he was now taking care of it. Guys, people lost it, and when I tell you people were going off on her, sheesh. What a rotten woman. Will she leave her children behind? How does this weird, crazy woman manipulate so many people? Takes after her mother. Yeah, I kind of lost respect for her there because she wanted that dog so much and was just seemingly fine about giving it back. I would not give my dog for anything. She begged for that dog and then left it. The live interview she did with Ken says she gave the dog to Ryan and that she is perfectly fine and happy. I am amazed at this girl right now. The audacity she has to pout for this pet and get mad at Ryan for saying what a big responsibility it is to have a pet, and she gets her way and then leaves it? Unreal. No way will she ever be ready for a real commitment. Clearly she isn't capable to commit to a marriage or a pet. God forbid the baby comes into the picture. This is the first time I've truly thought of her as a brat, and that is still very much a child mentality. Not to mention, how devoid of love is she? I could never leave my pet. I would be heartbroken beyond belief. Guys, I hope you now understand why people were so mad at Gypsy when she had coffee, because people were already doubting her potential to be a good mother because of this Pixie issue was huge. But it doesn't make sense why she begged for a dog that much only to snap out of it. Furthermore, it had to be super insensitive to leave Ryan with a dog that he hadn't planned to keep in the first place. No, seriously, pets are like kids. You don't give them to people, you have them because you want to and you love them. And there's one more plot twist to this Pixie situation though. While people were divided as Team Gypsy or Team Ryan, some just can't stand both of them and weren't afraid to make their stands known. The whole back and forth about her giving the dog away and Ryan also trying to rehome it literally got under people's skin, because in this case, they didn't realize it was the dog that was suffering. She said she gave up the dog and didn't want it anymore. Ryan has it now, but she accused him of trying to find a home for it instead of taking care of it. Neither one should have gotten the dog. They both said that they didn't know how to train one, and to my horror, Ryan said, "You're supposed to rub the dog's nose in its pee/poop," which is cruel, outdated, and stupid. Ew! They most definitely shouldn't have gotten Pixie if they were this crazy, uninformed, and unwilling to learn about caring for a dog. Another Reddit user wrote that Ryan could hardly walk, so there's no way he could care for this dog, and that house is always messy. The trolls must have been so much that in order to save face, Ryan and just decided to keep Pixie. And so, loves, people were already questioning Gypsy's ability to care for a child if she couldn't even keep a puppy. And this was long before she even announced that she was pregnant. A lot of people agreed that Gypsy needed to focus on being responsible, not chasing TikTok clout. Speaking of TikTok clout, Gypsy's whole pregnancy journey has been filled with one attention-grabbing move after another. Some fans are starting to feel that she's more concerned with staying relevant than actually caring for her unborn child. People are studying her every move, and you'd think they'd graduate or something, but now that she's been messing up all over the place, Gypsy might not have fully grasped how unforgiving the internet is, especially when you've given them a reason to hate you. And my goodness, she has given us a ton of those. It now just seems that she's on a mission to prove that she doesn't care about what anyone thinks. But when your decisions could impact your child, that's a different story. People will be all up in your business by force and by fire. And the plot thickens. On top of all of this mess, Gypsy and her current man, Ken Urker, have also been dealing with a lot of scrutiny over their relationship. With Gypsy's past and the fact that their relationship kind of started off as a rebound, many are worried that this relationship won't end well. Ken has largely stayed out of the limelight, but that doesn't stop people from speculating about how things are going behind closed doors, which just brings us back to this scandalous pregnancy. You see, the fear is that if Ken and Gypsy ever separate, people don't trust Gypsy to take care of a kid alone full time. Some fear that she might snap and become her mother, if you know what I mean. Despite all of the drama, Gypsy seems unfazed. She continues to post TikToks sharing bits and pieces of her life with Ken and her pregnancy journey, but fans are keeping a close eye on her, and they are not afraid to call her out when they see something they do not like.
Hey everybody, so it's a brand new week. So this week I am 22 weeks pregnant, and this is my pregnancy update.
And right now, there is a lot they do not like. As always, Gypsy never cares to address any backlash, so even her pumpkin spice latte faux pas will be swept under the rug, and she will be on to the next drama. After everything that went down with the whole Blanchard ordeal, it's clear that she has a complicated relationship with fame. Not to mention how the public was fazed by her story, which made her an instant celebrity upon release from prison. And since then, Gypsy lives for the cameras, and she's always very much aware of what she's doing. Drinking that latte while pregnant was bound to cause an uproar, and she knew it. So yeah, as sad as it might sound, this pregnancy is just another tool for Gypsy Rose to regain public attention, as she's clearly working overtime to compensate for her days in lockup. One last thing, loves, and this is where it all comes full circle. Gypsy Rose's past is filled with manipulation, lies, and deception. So naturally, fans are hesitant to take anything at face value. It is no secret that people have trust issues with her after everything that went down, and with her track record, it's hard to not question her motives. After all is said and done, the million-dollar question remains whether Gypsy is really ready for motherhood, or is she simply using her pregnancy as a way to manipulate her way back into the public's good graces and have more topics for content creation career. Anyways, loves, that's it on Gypsy Rose's latest scandal, which all started just because she had a coffee. What do you think of all of these? Did fans overreact, or is Gypsy living dangerously? I need some coffee.